about to listen to the Daft Hour. I really hope you enjoy it.
Hiya everybody.
Hello.
Hello, welcome to the Daft Hour. This week we are transmitting from
Theresa May's lukewarm porridge.
Theresa May's lukewarm porridge.
That's where we're from.
Now, out of the three bears,
That's where we are.
which one is she?
She's not a bear.
She's not a bear, she's the horrific woods where the bears sit.
Bit of a witch.
Bit of a witch, that's right. So we are transmitting from Theresa May's
That's the most politics we've ever had on this show.
politics. Theresa May's lukewarm porridge. Good.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome to the Daft Hour.
I don't like it hot.
She doesn't like it hot. She likes it lukewarm.
Some like it tepid.
Tepid porridge.
Tepid.
Tepid?
Tepid. You're tepid.
Oh, whoa.
You know
Let's
that.
not fight. Let's not fight. And there's some bloke waving at us in the background.
It's Daddy.
Yeah, my name's Morgan Fantastic.
Good. Good for you.
Thanks.
I'm Bambi Rashid.
And I'm Jimmy Smithery.
And we've got a guest with us today.
yeah.
I'm just going to use my real name because it's ridiculous enough. I'm Ali Bongo.
Is it really your real name?
I thought it was Jerome. We were led to believe your name was Jerome.
I'm getting straight into it. Is it your really real name?
It is not my legal name, but it's been my
Legal
name since I was so little. So, like, on my business cards, my LinkedIn, everything is always...
Oh, sorry.
Are you?
There was a bit of inception going on there by
He's
Jerome.
obsessed with me watching a video whilst I'm here.
Yeah, that's you. Just checking.
It's a good job I'm a narcissist because I'm just lapping it up. Most people get freaked out by those you vibes, but I'm all about it. Stalk me, Daddy.
You'll definitely get freaked out by his you vibe.
I'm not a
sometimes.
stalker. Don't make people out.
It's like that Alan Partridge one where we've just got loads of standees and masks of Ali. Just as you walk in.
We did our research.
That would be my dream, by the way.
It's something.
And we went to the printers.
Yeah. Something I wanted to do for years is, you know,
Stalk people.
in the films where you walk into the madman's house and you see all the pictures with the rope, the string in between them, the red string. I wanted to do that for friends. So every time a friend's coming out of the house, have it set up with their lives.
Like
And
a
then-
detective's
yeah,
board.
and then accidentally walk into that room or go into that room and like, oh no, you can't believe you've seen it.
That's a good idea.
That's so much effort for such little payout.
Yes,
there.
but it's worth it. But it's because I'd wanted to do that for so long. My fiancée at the time planned our wedding that way. How nice is that? I loved it. I got home one day and I just saw this mass.
Sure it wasn't your murder?
Same thing, really.
Yeah,
End of my.
depends how you look at the jewels.
But yeah, that happened. Sorry, we interrupted you and your non-name name.
It's fine because it basically ends in, yeah, it's my name.
Yeah, it's So
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you. That's been our guest.
I was a little bit worried that you invited me instead of like the president of Gabon who shares my name.
Yeah, well, I
I
was
was
going to...
thinking, oh, is this a politics show?
Well,
He's
Ali-
a bit of a dafty.
We did some daft research, actually, and I've come up with 4 things about you. And you may or may not know this, but these are the top 4 things when you search Jerome on Google. You are apparently the president of Gabon, but he died 11 years ago.
He didn't. He's still alive.
Okay, Wikipedia's wrong. It says he died in 2009.
He's in a coma in Saudi Arabia at the moment.
Since 2009. That might be why. Have you checked up on him? Is he okay?
No, it was recent. It was in the summer.
Oh.
But yeah, that's why there's a coup going on in Gabon right now. Don't know if you're really aware about your politics in West Africa. But
Oh, yeah.
I'm well up on it.
Why don't you go and just see what happens?
Yeah, just say, oh, I'm back now. I'm fine.
And just see if they say anything.
I know there's a few differences, but you know, I think you could pull it off.
So one thing about me is like I really love lying to strangers for fun.
Oh, this
You
is
guys
going
not
nowhere.
included. But once I was in Thailand and someone was like, "Oh, your name's like," and I get sick of people always asking me like, "Is your name real? Like, where's it from?" Blah blah. So I
Right,
it was like, so I was like, "Oh yeah, it's because I'm from Gabon. It's like a really common name over there." And they went, "Oh, whereabouts in Gabon are you from?" No, I can't name a single city in Gabon, so I just made up any random word. Like I went, "Oh, Faramatouche," and they went,
that's good.
"Oh, cool, yeah. Where's that?" And I was like, "Oh, it's It's one of the smaller cities. It's not
In the
that
south.
well. Yeah. And I was like, how well versed are you on Gabon? They're like, oh no, not really at all. So that works for me quite well usually. Until I met this person that was from Gabon who was like, I've never heard of it. I'm from, and he said a place
You actually met someone from Gabon?
in Thailand. Yeah.
Oh. You were also a magician in the 70s, which
Yes.
you've
I
mentioned.
think was the magician.
I think you'll notice that I've still got the moustache.
Yeah, a bit dated. It had that kind of racist Chinese look thing going on, I think, from what I saw of the pictures. So, are you going to do as a trick?
For the same impression.
And a bit of dated comedy as well.
I can actually turn wine into a cake in under 10 seconds, but...
Wine into a
Is there any
cake.
wine here? This is usually my good trick for getting drinks.
That's a good. Oh, watch.
I've got some
So
Ribena.
Where's my cake? I've lied. I've had a.
It's kind of
wine.
like the weak wine.
No, so I basically drink it and then just say, scone! But it's a good way to, like, bamboozle people into giving you drinks.
Bamboozle. Very good use of the word there.
BBC Leeds came up. Have you been on there?
I have been on BBC Leeds, yes.
Yep. Okay. Top-notch journalism here on the Daft Hour. And you're also a presenter in Hong Kong.
Oh, yeah. I did 2 terrible shows and got commissioned for a 3rd show that didn't even get to airing because it went... So the first show was called You Can't Sit With Us, and it's a weekly show where we basically got wasted, talked about dicks and politics, and just faffed around for an hour. Live on TV.
Sounds like this.
What is this?
Pretty similar, but just get wasted in the process. And because the show's only an hour long, we'd have to, like, pre-drink before. But I'd come straight from work, so I'd down, like, a bottle of wine in a taxi to get there. And then by the time it's all hit me, whoosh. There's a kind of a common thing with wine here. I don't know if you've noticed.
There's loads of scones.
Yeah. And then the second show was called Excuse My English, which if you go onto YouTube and just watch... Don't you watch the show because it's terrible. It was basically teaching Cantonese people rude English words. But
good.
the trailer for it is amazing because it's clearly a non-English speaking person putting English speaking subtitles on.
Brilliant.
So it was just our faces and it would say like, blowjob, ass. And then I think he was supposed to say like cocky or cock or kirk or something, but it was C-O-C-Y. So I was like, cool. And then another word just went fit. But there's a picture of me with just I'm like this, like it's just taken from my Facebook, and they've just put blowjob. And I was like, cool. And then from then on, I was known as BJB, blowjob bongo.
That's really weird. That was your nickname as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
DJ
So,
Bambi.
you mentioned you mentioned something there. Pre-drink. So the act of pre-drink, I understand this is you get loaded before.
The
Most
big
people,
drinking event.
yeah, or before you'd go to a pub, you'd have a pre-drink. But to pre-do something, you're just doing it, aren't you? So you just drank early. I mean,
You're drinking
You're
before
dressing
the
it
drink.
up. You're dressing it up as though it was.
Yeah,
like,
well, you're doing it before you're meant to be doing it, so it's a
It just
pre-drink.
sounds more organised.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You mean you were getting wasted?
And then you got after
Like,
drinks.
there's only
Yeah.
so many ways I can be a functioning alcoholic and make it sound okay.
well,
Without
yeah.
being a complete social reprobate.
And then there's before after drinks.
before.
Yeah.
There's the in between. No, the in
And then
between
there's,
drinks.
and then there's a
drinks.
nightcap,
Nightcap.
which makes it sound like a sophisticated soiree.
And then breakfast.
Breakfast, yeah.
Lenses.
11 days. And that's
11 shots of gin.
That's all the information / research I had. And I was actually going to save that for when we interviewed you, so you ruined that segment.
So there might be a bit of
Yeah.
a repeat later on.
Yeah. Somebody comes to you, just
Okay.
pull it out again.
Be like, so tell me about your show that didn't even make it to air.
Well, no, it'd be your job to tell us facts that we didn't have, darling.
Good
What
call.
else are you?
So I found some notes downstairs.
Yeah.
And I think we need.
This is not part of the research.
No, it's nothing to do with the research, but it's now the main aim of our show.
Someone has been doing this research, by the way.
And the
actually
notes,
wrote this
the
down.
notes say, in the same handwriting, bus, motorbike, skateboard, bike, and then motorbike again.
So this is clearly someone who's debating his form of travel or
So
her
yeah, I
travel.
mean,
sorry.
like, how am I? No, that's definitely a dude's writing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So his form of travel, but to where? Where?
Well, you could bus to many places.
Yeah.
You could motorbike to most places. You could skateboard within limitations, and bike within limitations again. But He's really keen on the motorbike, this guy.
Yeah, he's wrote that twice.
So if...
Maybe he won a sum of money and to explain it to his missus, he's like, no, I'll just do it random. If I take the train there, if I take a bike, but he really wants a motorbike, so he's written it twice. So when he does it, more chance of it coming up.
It's more chance of a vote, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Winning the vote.
That's a good idea.
That's Christmas list, maybe.
2 motorbikes.
A train?
And a bus.
Oh, is that what it said? Sorry, I didn't know it said that.
Maybe they want a bus, so you can't just... Or maybe they want to be a bus driver.
Yeah, well, you can get there if you try.
Do you get paid to ride the bike?
Do you get paid to ride the bike?
Unless you're like a Deliveroo or something.
Yeah.
What about motorbike? Who pays people on motorbikes? If you're looking at job, if that was jobs...
Oh, we're looking at... Right, okay, so...
Policeman?
Oh,
Yeah. I don't think I've seen a police motorbike in a good while, but yeah, they definitely exist. A skateboard. Yeah, skateboard.
I'm confused by the omission of car.
Yeah, they haven't got a licence.
Oh, cool. But they have to ride a bus, drive a bus, and a train.
You don't need a licence to drive a bus, you just need to get people out of the way. They're going to move.
And trains.
And trains. Trains, there's no steering of a train.
No,
So half your job's done, isn't it?
That's fair enough.
They get paid a fuck ton of money to train drivers. It's like 50 grand.
It's at this point
And I'm like basically just pressing a button.
So at this point we should probably point out we try not to swear.
Oh, okay.
But
Just because it's 7. After 9, F away.
F away. That's the name of the show. After 9, F away. We've got a candidate.
There's a comment.
Go on.
That's all I'm telling you. Don't take travel tips from Morgan.
Oh, yeah. Who says that?
Rachel.
Right, as in...
Just Rachel.
Just Rachel.
That's because I've had many bad experience travelling.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's fair enough. Fair comment. Thank you. Please comment more.
Oh, and if anybody owns up to this list, owns up to it because it's a bad thing, can you please ring us and let us know what it's all about?
I think the guy's still downstairs. You know the other guy on the computer?
Do you think it's his list?
Yeah, it's definitely
You just
his list.
stole his list. That's his work.
We actually not just stole his list, we stole his whole notepad as well.
I did prize it out with his hand, didn't I?
Yeah.
Ribena.
And you wrestled it. Oh, yeah.
All right, guy downstairs, give us a call on 01642 688 104.
That's-
And we'll just 01642 688 104. I'm not
You
doing
got-
it.
yeah, you got a bit of a finger
I'm not
there,
doing it.
didn't
So, yeah, give us a call and we're going to discuss the list. I think.
discuss the
Let's
list.
discuss the list.
Speaking of calls, I wonder how...
What was the name? Can you remember the name from last week?
what was it?
We had someone call in.
Judy?
Sandra.
Sandra? Judy? Sandra. It was Sandra. The lamppost liquor.
Yes, we were talking about the pointlessness of New Year's resolutions, and she rang in and told us that she is trying to give up licking lampposts.
At like the base or...
Oh, we didn't go. Oh, I didn't ask. I didn't
in
ask
general.
if she works the
think
pavement.
we're more
or-
confused.
I see the appeal of it being quite high up because it'd be cold and because no one will touch it. It won't be dirty.
Yeah. Oh, maybe.
But by the base is a bit.
Oh yeah,
you know,
dogs
dogs
pee
peeing.
down there.
Yeah, unless that's your thing.
Might have been. I didn't think. I was just
Can I
amazed.
I also got confirmation that, you know, the person who was...
It was last week's.
the one who was calling up multiple times and we couldn't
Yes.
work it out. That was Andy's girlfriend.
So Andy, our
Mitchell,
guest
who was on last week, his
week.
girlfriend was frantically trying to call him based on some comment that he made.
Yeah, he told
And
the
I-
story and she didn't like
And
it.
I did message him asking, are you okay? Are you still together? And he never replied. So I hope we didn't call the demise of a relationship.
You know what? I hope we didn't because that'd be awful. But it's also kind of cool.
Yeah.
that we have that kind of power.
Well, to be fair, it was what he said, not us.
Oh, yeah. No,
so
but
we didn't do that.
we facilitated
But
it.
Andy, if you are listening, we hope you're okay.
We do.
And you still got a girlfriend. That'd be nice.
Yeah. So if anyone is listening that knows Ali and wants to tell us some horrific stories or
Oh
anything.
God, I think my boyfriend's listening.
Oh, come on. What's your boyfriend's name?
Adam.
Or anyone from Gabon wants to ring in.
Any of the Gabonese listening?
Tell us how the
I did put it
president's
on
doing.
Instagram. I was like, if anyone wants the link, I'll DM you. But I didn't want to like just put it out because you don't know who's going to listen. And I got a lot of nemesises.
You got lots of nemesis?
Nemesize.
Is it
If you are any of Ali Bongo's nemesis, please ring the show.
So why do you have nemesis?
Oh, just
Dish. Come on, dish.
You know, if I told you, I'd have to kill you. It's cliche, but it's true.
Well, no wonder you've got loads of nemesis if you're throwing that around.
I'm going to tell you something, but that's it. You'll never survive.
You're dead.
You're dead. Okay.
Where are we?
We're here.
No, I like in the point of the show.
Right.
What time? I'm confused.
I know.
We've gone all over the place.
I know.
The format's gone.
Oh.
What have you been doing? Go with that.
No.
Morgan Fantastic News.
All three.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. The Queen has also announced shock departure from the royal family.
Good.
Love Island returns with a stunning twist.
Ooh.
And airport passengers stunned as a man openly urinates on the floor.
Lots of stun there. Amazon to offer warehouse employees exoskeleton, I can't say it, to make their jobs easier. Wild cat fight breaks out on passing asteroid.
Mr. Kipling Cake Shocker exceeds expectations. I can't speak ever.
Great with the news headlines.
okay.
You, Jimmy.
Last week we had British Gash, didn't we? That was the name of the show. Okay, let's go from the top of that first
The
headline.
Queen has also announced shock departure from the royal family.
Who's got the info on that
I'm
story?
going to give that to Bambi.
Okay, so
I was looking at you.
you were looking at me. The Queen has announced that she's leaving the royal family to pursue her lifelong dream of becoming a...
Las Vegas showgirl.
That's the one, and I did the arm gesture and she knew...
Ta-da!
Ta-da! So she's going to have the tassels, she's going to have the glitz, the glamour, and she's going to offer extras. The Queen...
I've also heard rumours that she's going to be teaming up with Whoopi for a one-night show.
Oh, the Whoopi and Queen show.
She'd be definitely doing a whoopee.
I will be watching the Whoopi Queen show for sure.
Your royal whoopee.
What's up, my royal Whoopi? I can't wait. So yeah, that's what the Queen's doing. She's becoming a Vegas showgirl.
Good for her. It's never too late.
It's never too late to go for your dreams. I mean, like Prince Philip's, like, you know, he's ready to rest, isn't he? So she's ready to move on. And
who's taking over the royal family?
oh no, it's going to be a lottery. Yeah,
For the country?
Yeah, we all got to go. It turns out if you take anyone's bloodline back far enough, we're all royal somewhere or another.
Yes.
So we're all going to be put in the lottery. The problem is they're not ready to change all of the post boxes, the stamps, and all that stuff. So whoever becomes the next royal in charge actually has to be the Queen. Still, yeah.
Good. My granddad thought he was a direct descendant of the Queen.
He is.
Well, this is genuinely true story. He thought that, but it was just the dementia. I know.
I was about to make lots of laughs at that.
Bring the mood up.
I know, but I'm actually genuinely think that at some point it might be revealed that he was telling the truth, and we blamed that. And
You never know.
what if it's true? I never checked it. I should fact check him.
You should.
And apparently, I'm a lord of a castle somewhere.
Yeah.
That's what he told me.
Castle Lonely Heart. You're the lord of the castle Lonely Heart.
Thank you.
Aren't you? You loner. What's the next headline?
That's you not getting any money or land.
That's fair enough. I'm audio laird.
The next one, Love Island returns with a stunning twist. I'll give this to Jimmy, actually, because I'm sure he knows a lot about
Island
this subject.
Returns with a stunning
Twist. Yeah, well, there's been a lot of complaints about Love Island over the past couple of years, saying it's a bit too much about the love. So what they've decided is they're going to get still a lot of good-looking people, but they're just going to tend gardens on the island, and it's going to be called the Lovely Island.
I like
so yeah, and it's just going to be educational, and it's going to allow people to plant marrows.
Is it a 24-hour stream?
It's 23.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if this says a lot about me or like actual Love Island, but I really like that idea.
Yeah.
I love a bit of gardening.
Yeah, lovely island.
Wants to see those marrows get dug up.
Some love marrows.
Yeah.
And Charlie DeMick's going to present it now.
Yeah.
So she just needs to have a bit more of a comeback. She's on only a couple of daytime shows. So yeah, lovely island. ITV7 This autumn.
I
There you go.
can't wait for that.
Looking forward to that. Didn't expect that.
Brilliant.
Cool.
Cool show.
Next headline.
Airport passengers stunned as man openly urinates on the floor.
That's yours, isn't it? You've got that one.
No, I shouldn't be reading my own. I'm throw this to you, Bambi.
Am I getting another one?
Yeah.
So give me that again, sorry.
Airport passengers stunned as man openly urinates on the floor.
Yeah. So this was in. No one will be surprised. This was in Newcastle. The people getting on a plane had some pre-drinks. Just got a little bit drunk, and they had a pass to go to the premium lounge where you get free drinks.
And passes in Newcastle,
Yeah,
I assume.
Yep. And you just there is a 24-hour Greggs in there, obviously. So the guy got just absolutely hammered. Thought he was going to the toilet and just weed all over the floor, and obviously onlookers were like, "Oh, this is terrible," and everyone as a reaction peed as well because they felt bad for him.
Like sympathy weed.
Yeah, they felt bad for him, so they thought, you know
Like
what?
if you see someone throw up,
Yeah.
But if you see someone else,
yeah,
wee.
you've got to go for a wee. It's the same if you go to the theatre or a comedy night. One person goes for a wee, the rest go, don't they?
Yeah.
So it's the same
I
effect.
love that.
What?
It's an
big
excuse to
group
piss
wee?
yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, once I've tried it.
I didn't try it on purpose.
No,
but I've tried it.
Me and a few mates thought it'd be funny if we all peed ourselves, and none of us could.
That's a get together, isn't it?
We couldn't do it. We just
Do you want to
couldn't
come
do it.
round mine? Pick your pants.
Yeah, we didn't.
Did you need like more encouragement? Was it like the environment? Was it too cold?
I think we just realised that it would be a ridiculous thing to do.
The fact you're all stood in a circle with your todgies out.
At least we tried. No, they weren't out. We were just going to mess ourselves.
Yeah.
In your pants, not on your pants. You don't pee on your pants.
Oh, that's okay.
I'd have
Can
to,
lift
I'm on
your
board.
bin, though, that's
When can I come round then?
just to pee on them, you'd have to go to the effort of taking them all.
Yeah, and you might accidentally
needs
pee on
that?
your friend, and
Just
then
rude.
that's a whole different night out.
Oh, this show's took a yellow twist, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what happened in Newcastle Airport.
Oh, cool. Do you know that was a genuine headline?
Really?
Have I got the story right? Please have you got the story
It was
right?
very much not far off.
Right.
Apart from the other people joining in. But the headline, I found it, was just an airport, stunned as a man opening urinates on the floor, and the story was literally just a man in the airport lounge just started weeing. And that's the story, that's all it was. I'm glad you added more context.
Yeah, because your effort.
Well, apparently it was a slow... I don't know if it was in Newcastle, but it was a slow news day.
it was, and was it a slow flow?
Slow flow.
Slow flow.
Slow flow. What's yours?
Okay, so headline here: Amazon to offer warehouse employees exoskeleton. I can't say the word. I don't know why I wrote it. To make their jobs easier. So you know those like robots that they used on Aliens when she lifts up their stuff.
Yes, the big yellow thing.
Yes.
Like in Avatar.
Yeah. So you've got like a big robot suit around you to make lifting
Oh,
things
right.
easier. So
Cool.
Amazon are offering that to the warehouse staff. So
Can I not do this one because I don't understand what you're talking about?
No, this is yours.
Yeah, I thought it would be. Amazon have created some sort of robot suit.
Oh yeah.
That's what I gathered from that.
Yeah.
Some exo-size skeleton,
Yep.
they call it.
Tell us some more.
To basically help with the workflow of Amazon, since Amazon is very much the most popular shopping destination now.
Yeah.
And they've closed all the high street stores.
All of them.
All of them now.
Today, in fact.
Yeah,
they closed them all.
for Amazon. So basically, everyone in these suits are going round, and they also deliver the parcels
Yeah, they run around with them.
in the streets. and eventually they're going to phase the people out of the suits, and it's just going to be these giant robots and drones. Because don't they use drones already?
I think you do when you talk.
Oh, thanks.
Hey.
Hey, bit unnanded. There's no need for that. And yeah, and that's the news. I'm going to cut that one short because I genuinely don't know what you're on about.
So they are using them. Is the actual headline.
Just to the news is just to confirm they are.
Okay, so the next one was wild cat fight breaks out on passing asteroid. Sorry, Ali, but this one's for you.
What was it
So
again?
a
Why-
wild cat fight. So wild cats are fighting on a passing asteroid.
in the sky.
Yeah.
You know. Don't question us.
So you might be aware that NASA has been sending up monkeys and dogs and whatever into space for years, but they actually found out that cats, especially big wild cats like tigers, pumas, jaguars... Pumas. They're a lot more effective, but unfortunately they don't really get along that well. And so when they were on some moon project with the Mars rover...
Yeah, that means...
Actually, I have a fun story about a moon rock that I'll tell you later.
This news presenter's gone way off topic.
And anyway, they fighted on the rock, and that was
for tea?
basically it. But the fun fact about the rock that they were fighting on this asteroid is it rolled.
Oh, okay.
And so NASA wanted to call it the Rolling Stone, but it's not a stone, it's a rock. So now they have to call it the Rolling Stone Rock.
Yeah, they've got to be correct because people would just...
Be pedantic.
Yeah, of course they would.
Yeah. Do we know who won the fight?
It was the Jaguar,
Yeah.
Jaguar.
There you go.
also named Bagheera.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of originality in NASA these
Mick
days.
Jaguar,
Oh, nice.
Rolling Stone,
Yeah.
Rock.
The Rock. I thought you were going down the Rock Dwayne Johnson route for a moment.
In these factually correct
But I liked the way you went with it.
I'd love it if Fiona Bruce on BBC One like do the news and say, "Oh, I've got good stories." Well,
And now, and now the fires in Australia. Hey, I've got a funny story about a fire once. What's the news?
What's that last headline then?
The last one is the one I can't say. Mr. Kipling cake shocker exceeds expectations.
Who's got
Yours
the info on
do-
that story?
I think that's you, isn't it?
Oh, damn.
You always do tongue twisters. That's
I
why
do,
you
and
struggle with them.
I've also
and you say the wrong thing.
noticed. Nah, twice, but yeah. Yeah, they're all about food, aren't they, as well?
Yeah.
Sweets and
Hungry.
cakes. Yeah.
You just like kiss.
So yeah, there's been a bit of a cake shocker.
Give me that again. So Mr. Kipling...
Cake shocker
exceeds
exceeds expectations.
Yeah. So do you know there has been these... there was a spate a few years ago of making cakes for odd occasions, like
Yep.
births. And they had cakes that
Funerals.
gave birth. Yeah, this is true. So Mr. Kipling went a stage further, and you just mentioned it, he's been doing decorative cakes for funerals. And they offer a coffin cake or an urn cake. But they have offered to put a bit of the cremated body in the cake mix. And that's what they've done, and that has exceeded its expectations. They said, "Oh,
What did people expect?
said, can you make me a funeral cake?" And I went, "Oh, well,
That's true.
It's a
what do
great
you
way
want?"
to safely cannibalise somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
It's one of the better ways.
They've been cooked, and so they're
Yeah.
sterile. But yeah, so Mr. Kipling is he's
A cannibal.
He's a cannibal, and he's been giving cake with people in to other
Hey,
people.
gosh. Well, do you know what? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's
That's
the
Just to
news.
confirm my sources.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
So that's what one of those exoskeletons. I don't know.
Oh,
Exoskeletons.
right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Do you know, halfway through you telling that story, I forgot that they were all made up, and I was like, oh my god. What?
Whatever do you mean?
I've got a friend in Amazon.
How evil is Amazon with all these things they do? Ugh.
Yeah, but fast and convenient, aren't they, so?
Yeah, they're great.
Oh, we're going to be getting round here. We're going to be getting deliveries the same day. They're opening their first-
Darlington, isn't it?
Yeah, 1 million square foot. I can't even comprehend 1 million square foot store.
Sounds big, though.
Warehouse. Yeah, it's pretty big in it, and they're expanding it by. They're going to expand it by another 500,000 because 1 million isn't enough.
No.
Where's this going?
To my house probably.
From Darlington to here.
Yeah. But so yeah, you could same day deliveries on certain items, which is just incredible.
I mean, you have to stock it all, don't they? Just about.
Well, this is the thing. But I'm sure we've said this before. In a few years' time, I suspect that there'll just be a spine of Amazons across up the country, and that's it. That's all it'll be. We all work for them
For Amazon.
and buy from them. That's it. That's all it'll be. And that guy doesn't have enough money, so good for him,
Mr. Amazon.
Mr. Amazon. Yeah,
Jeff Bezos. Poor fella.
Mr. Amazon. That was the news.
Barry
The song you heard before
Oh yeah.
the news
Who was that?
was a song originally by Metric, a band, but this version was sung by Brie Larson from the film Shooty fight.
Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
I prefer shooty
How
fight.
did you get that from shooty fight?
I just know these things.
Yeah. And the song was called Whiz Pop.
Black Sheep.
I wish I wrote it down. Black Sheep, that's it.
That's not what you've wrote here, but that'll do.
What's it say?
I'm not telling you. You got the whole show. You got the whole show to guess.
I was trying to think of Beas.
And that was Whiz Pop by Shooty Bang Bang.
Whiz pop,
Whiz bang.
Feel the bubbles go down.
But yeah, that was Brie Larson singing that.
That was actually something I should mention. The song that we opened with was the Dupe song from back in the 90s, and then underneath, whilst we were talking, was a song by a group called Ketzer, and the track was Dusty Hills. That was another one from the Free Music Archive.
Lovely. Lovely stuff.
So that was the news, and now from a word from our sponsors.
I'm not real, but when I'm in the Middlesbrough, I listen to the Daft Hour.
Alright, Dave, do you want another drink getting? Nah, mate, nah, I can't, I'm driving, you know. Ah, come on, 1 point won't hurt. Oh, go on then, just one more. Are you sure you're going to be alright to drive, mate? Yeah, I'm fine, mate. Love you. Be careful. Bye. Can't believe I made it home. Drinking and driving. Sometimes you get away with it.
We do not advocate drinking and driving.
Hi, honey.
Hi, Mom. What's for dinner?
Cinnamon beans and hot chocolate scrambled eggs.
When your kids are hungry, all you need is
Cinnamon beans and hot chocolate scrambled eggs.
cinnamon beans and hot chocolate scrambled eggs.
Cinnamon beans and hot chocolate scrambled eggs.
For every and any busy mother out there, just use
Cinnamon beans and hot chocolate scrambled eggs.
cinnamon beans and hot chocolate scrambled eggs.
Cinnamon beans and hot chocolate scrambled eggs.
Are normal portion sizes just not enough? Do you have a big appetite? Do you have your own gravitational pull? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you need professional help. Why not roll on down to Bobo's Diner and Soft Play? You can choose from our vast menu of culinary delights, all served on a bed of all the cheese, smothered in cascades of battered gravy and a trough of chips. Why not check out our special offers, including our bottomless pints of syrup with bacon bits and cream? This week only, anyone over 25 stone can eat for free and take home a doggy bag. And remember to enter into our all-you-can-eat Chubby Bub's Tub of Grub contest, held on the last Friday of every week. This week's challenge includes 3 troughs of chips, half a cow cooked in Bobo's butter sauce served on a trough of chips, 3 more troughs of chips, a trough of chips, and a life-size statue of Bobo himself made from mincemeat, chocolate and sweetbreads. All washed down with 1 gallon of lard and Jelly Baby smoothie. 3rd place receives a trough of chips, 2nd place receives a mobility scooter, and our winner receives a triple heart bypass and our special Bobo badge, which reads, "I've eaten more than my body weight in utter muck, and my cholesterol is fairly high." Bobo's Diner and Soft Play on Linthorpe Road, Middlesbrough. You know where it is.
Claro, Biffy 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 claro, claro, Biffy claro, Biffy claro, Biffy claro, Biffy claro, Biffy claro, Biffy claro. What have I told you about playing Biffy Clyro in this house? No Biffy Clyro in this house, please. No more Biffy Clyro for you. No more Biffy Clyro for anybody.
Is he still at it?
He's still playing Biffy Bloody Clyro.
I told him, so did you.
No more Biffy Clyro.
Oh, what else can we do?
I don't know.
Oh, let's tell him again.
Biffy Clyro.
We've already told you.
Biffy Clyro, Biffy Clyro.
Oh, we're super daft. Yeah, we're super daft. Listen to how daft we are on the Daft Hour.
It's time for the guest interview of the week.
Hey, sorry about the last That's our best.
So what segment's next?
That's our best feature. That one, wasn't it? Time for the guest interview.
Yeah, it sounds happy about it. Yeah, so we are joined in the studio today by our guest, the lovely Ali Bongo, everybody.
I'm waving, no one can see. Woohoo, hi, yeah, me.
Wave at the third camera.
Yeah,
we can't figure out where it is.
Over there somewhere.
Yeah.
So, Ali Bongo, you're a comedian. Explain.
Sometimes I get paid to go on stage and tell jokes about penises. Essentially, that's it. I'm a middle child and crave attention. I'm a narcissist.
Really
All
jokes.
comedians.
So, living the dream then, yeah?
Oh yeah, it's absolutely always my dream to go in basements and have people boo me and feel really great about myself.
Was that your dream as a child? To be involved with basements and willy jokes?
And strange men, always.
Hang on, isn't that the story of the Fritzels?
Yes.
That's why I had to change my last name.
Was that your real name? Oh, we've revealed it live on the radio.
God.
Oh dear.
Yeah, we'll have to. So it's your real name's Jerome
Fritzl.
Fritzl.
I'm okay with that.
Jerome Fritzl.
Jerome
Okay.
Fritzl.
So
We'll do that again. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are joined here in the studio by Jerome Fritzl.
Still an narcissist.
Guten Tag. Still a narcissist.
So comedy.
Comedy.
So basements. Explain. No, how long you been doing it?
I've been doing it quite casually for about 4 years now. So I started in Hong Kong and got some traction from there, and that's how I started on my TV shows and stuff like that. And then when I moved back to the UK in like late August I suppose 2019, so last year, it's kind of taken off and it's doing all right in the UK too. So it's good to know that.
Cool.
How is the comedy scene in Hong Kong? Is it very similar to here? Do they have comedy clubs?
There was actually my friends have just moved from Shanghai to Hong Kong to set up their own comedy club, but before there was only the one comedy club, but you just do it at different bars and venues and stuff.
Okay.
But the scene's quite small. I mean, it's a small place anyway. It's about, the size of the state is probably about the same size as Middlesbrough. The only difference is there's 7.2 million people that live there.
Wow.
So it's crowded.
Bit compact, that, isn't
Yeah,
it?
so like the expat kind of community all kind of knows each other, and so you kind of see the same people all the time. So it's really nice coming to the UK. It's a lot harder to get shows because now I have to take videos of myself. And before it was just word of mouth and people would hear you, so they give you shows or they'd see you and whatever. But over here you see different people every week, and you meet.
Well, it's a numbers game over here, isn't it?
Yeah, God, it's so competitive too. Gosh, reading some of the forums about trying to get gigs and stuff, I'm like, God, it's like a bloodbath.
Oh, it's a very serious business, comedy.
And there's so much ass. Licking his ass as well.
I wish you just get that. There's so much ass.
We do love a bit of ass in the comedy world.
Cool. So, yeah. Thank you. No, I'm joking. So, what's is your style of comedy change for an English audience compared to the Hong Kong audience? Do you try different material? Because I
can get away with a lot more over here, because I think British humour, I can be a lot darker, I can be a lot drier, I can be a lot more sarcastic,
yeah,
and it's fine. Whereas Hong Kong style comedians are very much in tune with like, oh my god, we love these American comedians.
Oh, right, yeah.
Where
It's such a different comedy, that
and
style.
I wouldn't say similar to Joe Lycett, but like in the way that he tells like a lot of stories, and that's kind of like the way that I do. So, how did cooking with 5-year-olds, and how I almost got arrested, and just basically stories about what a terrible, terrible person I am.
And people love that, don't they?
Yeah.
People just love really bad stories about people. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it makes them feel better about themselves knowing that they're not me.
Yeah.
Good point.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I think that's just comedy in general, really, isn't it?
Yeah, but as you mentioned, the American style comedy is so different. I went to Canada, and a friend of ours was doing some comedy in
Canada.
In Canada, in a Yuck Yucks, which is like a comedy club over there, and they had an American guy on, and I just did not laugh at all.
Yeah.
It just was not my thing.
There's a lot more voices, which I find just in general annoying. Like I can't watch any cartoons, no matter how clever they are, because I just hate. I hate it when people put on voices as like and there's a lot of like hacky stuff where people do accents, and I'm just like.
For those
Russell Peters' entire
who couldn't see, that face was, I don't know, how would you describe that face you just pulled there?
beyond derision.
Yeah, that's it. That'll do.
Derision squared.
So you hate Mickey Mouse? And
I'm not a fan. No, I don't.
that's a shame.
Yeah, I like other Disney films. I still can't watch Snow White though because I'm too scared.
Oh, why?
I'm scared of old people. And she turns into a really old person.
That's
so.
a fear,
Right,
isn't it?
the show has definitely changed now. Can we, I don't want any more comedy. I want to know the fear of old people. That's all I'm interested in.
I'm better now because my parents are getting old now, so I can't.
But it's going to happen one day to yourself
look at my
as well.
grandparents when I was younger. I couldn't be near them. I'd just burst into tears and like fetal position and cry. So
Bet Christmas was fun.
we lived in Germany for most of it, so we didn't really see them.
You've been all over the shop, haven't you?
Yeah.
Where else have you lived?
Lived in Fiji for a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, that's basically it. My dad was in the army, so we travelled a lot when I was a kid.
Different bases and stuff.
Yeah. And when I was in uni, you get like 6 months holiday for like every year, so you should spend that time abroad.
Cool.
And was like, I'll live in Fiji for a bit, and I'll go to the States for a bit, and I'll do this.
People from Hong Kong, are they called Hongkonese?
You can call them Hongkonese.
'Cause it's just-
Cantonese, Hong Kong Chinese.
Yeah, no, Hongkonese. That's someone said that to me, and it just sounded.
It sounds weird,
It
doesn't
sounds
it?
wrong. It sounds like
Yeah.
I've just been racist, doesn't it?
No, I didn't get the racist implementation.
No, but it doesn't sound right.
No, it was more.
It's because they don't like to be called Chinese, because Chinese
Yes.
implies that they're from mainland China.
Yeah.
I don't like the mainland China.
No.
It just it sounded, I don't know,
After
a
saying
bit
it like that,
cartoony.
Just did it.
So I sounded a bit cartoony.
No, the word did. Honkonese.
Honkonese.
Like honk. I'm thinking like a car horn.
Ah, right, a bit of a klaxon.
Yeah, a bit of a klaxon, yeah.
I just did a klaxon on the air.
Clangers. Yeah.
But here's a question, Ali. If you've been in like all these places, is there a place that you'd love to live that you haven't?
New Orleans.
Oh, that's good.
That's on my top of my list of places I'd like to visit.
Jazz, bourbon. I like the architecture. I like the food. I've never been.
Lots of ass.
Lots of ass.
Some very cheap houses.
Yeah.
Tornadoes.
Quite warm.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go to New Orleans. I really want to go for the Mardi Gras. I think that'd be
Right,
fun.
let's organise a Daft Hour outing.
Oh, I'd love to go there.
Next week
Daft
we're
Hour.
going
Should
to
go on a school trip.
Yeah, next week we're going to be transmitting from
New Orleans.
New
Don't,
Orleans.
because I'd be very disappointed when we're in this studio and not in.
We're going to be here, mate.
Yeah,
Sorry.
not in
I
New
do
Orleans.
have connections with the radio stations in New Orleans if you do want to be like get hooked up.
Oh yeah.
We would get
But
killed.
the caveat is that I have to come along
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Daft
fair
Hour
enough.
outing
Yeah.
on tour,
on tour.
and I even said it your way.
On tour.
On tour. So is that how we speak?
Yeah,
You say on tour, don't you? On tour.
on tour. I think I'd say it's tour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've got a really mixed.
You mean you say it properly?
I've got a very mixed accent. Well, yeah. My boyfriend makes fun of my accent all the time. I'm like, you're also from Yorkshire. You can't make fun of me. But he's a delightful human, always taking the piss out of me.
I do like the
Makes
Yorkshire
me
accent,
feel
though.
great.
Again, if he's listening, you can call up and take the mic on the air.
Yeah, live.
We can't swear online, so there's some words I'd like to save for him.
Oh, amazing. You know what? If he phones up, I'm not going to listen and pretend and you can say whatever you want to him.
You've opened up a can of worms there.
I'll just go to the toilet and answer the phone.
I don't think he's got the balls to ring up.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough.
Calling him out now.
Oh.
You can put your comments in the live feed, though, and I might read them out.
Yes.
If you want.
Should do that then.
If you don't want to ring up. What's your best gig? What's your best gig you've done, do you reckon?
She's living it now.
This is stupid, Bambi.
Oddly enough, I had it in the biggest kind of dive bar in a really terrible town a couple of months ago in Dewsbury at the Old Turk. Dewsburg. It's where the London bombers come from, and Shannon Matthews. You know the woman that fake kidnapped her daughter?
No.
That delight.
Yeah. So that just gives you a general idea of what Dewsbury's like.
Yeah.
But I had a really, really great gig there. I also really liked going to. I was in Laugh Festival in Hong Kong, and we had a really couple of good gigs there. There was a roast battle and an all-female comedy night, and yeah, that was really good too. But no cool anecdotes from it.
What's your worst gig then?
Oh God.
Dish the dirt. Come on.
A couple of weeks ago, it was at a working men's club.
Oh.
They're the best stories.
And my jokes are quite filthy.
Yeah, we've watched some. We were going to get a clip for the show, but we thought...
We couldn't.
No, we can't. It's a lot of porn stories.
Yeah. I should clarify, I'm not in porn.
No.
Nor have I ever worked in porn.
Was I on the wrong website?
I wasn't allowed. My application got denied. It's not very PG is my stuff, and there's a lot of stories about how, like I said, doing drugs with kids and how I'm a terrible person. And this room is filled with 60-year-old, racist, misogynistic. Well, maybe they weren't. I'm just assuming. But
no, they were. So it's a safe bet.
I went on. I went, oh God, this is going to go terrible. I just, when you just instinctively know,
yeah.
And I'm trying to think of more safe jokes that I can have. And I was like, do I have a joke about punching a woman? Do I have a joke about someone that they won't like? How about Labour Party? Or do I have a joke about the Labour Party that I can admit to them? And they just, oh God, they just weren't having it at all. So it was pretty dead silence, which
Brilliant.
is always
How long are you
marvellous. It wasn't long. It was 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, but them type of gigs feel like hours.
2.5 hours.
They could use it as a torture strategy. I'm convinced.
Yeah.
If you just put someone up and been right, you've got to do stand-up comedy for an audience that hate you. Yeah. Actually, once in Hong Kong, a guy got sent to prison from when he was doing stand-up comedy because he was telling this joke.
Imagine that.
And it was telling this joke, and this guy was like, mate, that's racist. We don't like it. And then it carried on, and he was like, that's still racist. I don't like it. So then Gary got off stage with his pint and just glassed the guy, and he went to hospital. He handed himself into the police, obviously, because it was a full room.
Wow.
But yeah.
So your gigs have been pretty good then compared to that.
Never been glassed.
I've never been a Gary Jackson.
That's a good name for
He
it.
wrote a blog while he was in prison about it and about how he was the victim. It was
that's
super
brilliant.
tea.
Never been
He'd have
glassed.
gone down well at the Old Man's Club, wouldn't
Definitely. Yeah, Never Been Glassed, I think, is a good name for a show.
he? Never been
Never Been
glassed.
Glassed. Until tonight. First time.
Yeah, if you're going on with a show called Never Been Glassed, you're going to be glassed.
Yeah, instead I'm going to call it Never Had £1 Million. Never Been a Millionaire.
It might work. It might work.
Oh, I got another email off the lottery.
Oh, what did it say?
£5.20.
Oh,
£5.
that's good.
Yeah, it was all right.
But you spent £20 that week.
I don't think they should email you unless it's anything over
What
a
do you think
grand.
they should do?
Just to not tell you.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know, would you?
I will know
You're
because
ungrateful.
no, I would notice when I put the lottery on every week, and it comes up with how much I have.
It should still email you, but it should go. The headline bit that you see first should be £5.
Yeah, it should tell me in the
Yeah,
yeah.
you got a £5, mate.
Because I must admit, when you wake up in the morning, getting ready for work, I was thinking, and I was thinking I could quit. If I had the number primed and ready to go. But see, that's my first F-bomb.
No, it's not.
Did I even swear?
Nah.
It was more like an F. You, and then I opened it up, and it was £5.20, which is all right.
It's not to be sniffed at.
It's not because I'm only up
Get
20p
anything
because I put a £5 on.
So it's just the euros.
Yeah, it was the
It's
euros.
okay if you get anything note.
Yeah.
If I can buy a Greggs, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Buy a sandwich that day.
that's the Middlesbrough motto. If I can buy a Greggs, I'm happy.
Simple, yeah.
Oh, do you know what I wanted? Something from Greg's. I didn't get anything, but I wanted a sausage roll with beans on. Oh.
Sausage roll with
yeah.
beans? Do they do that?
No,
Oh,
they
you're
don't.
all right, sorry, you
no,
wanted-
they don't. Yeah, I used
Do
to
a bean pasty.
They do, but it's
That's the
not
best
quite the
pasty.
same.
I like that pasty.
But it was just from Shipmans in Gisborough. Shipmans.
Yeah.
And I used to go get 2 sausage rolls with beans on for me dinner twice a week.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah,
While we're
Yes.
talking about Greggs, I do like Greggs rating on my Instagram because I'm like obsessed with it. So I want to know, what are your favourite things to get from Greggs and what is the most overrated thing?
Oh,
Sorry,
nice.
good
Good question.
this interview's better
Yeah.
than normal, isn't it? They're asking us questions.
My number one thing I will get is a sausage and bean pasty.
I agree.
that
Let's
is-
even high five agree.
Yeah.
No, actually
thank
called
you.
sausage and bean melts.
Yeah,
Just so you know.
You're a
Bean and
melt.
cheese,
Just so
actually.
you know.
They're not.
Sausage, bean, and cheese,
Cheese
melts.
melt. The most overrated thing. Ooh.
There's only 2 correct answers.
Well, I know my overrated.
To be honest, I'll eat most things from Greggs.
I like it all.
Have a think. We'll go back to you.
Overrated
Maybe the
is-
sandwiches. A lot of people love the sandwiches, and I'm just a bit
No,
like.
sandwiches are good though.
Nah. But if I don't go to Greggs for a sandwich, though, if I'm going to Greggs,
Yeah.
I'll get a pasty.
You want a hot pasta?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or a set of 4 donuts for yourself. Or maybe that's just.
Oh,
me.
this is for the
6 sausage
This
rolls.
is for the team at work. Nah.
Can we just say that we are not sponsored by Greggs? And
No, but
other,
if they want
But if
to.
Greggs want to.
other pastry outlets are out there?
Yeah, but they're not as good. Let's be true.
No, they're not.
I'm desperate to get sponsored by Greggs. I tag them in every post.
Hashtag
and
Greggs.
I'm like, I love you, Greggs! Maybe they don't sponsor me because they don't need to. I'm still going every day, being like, please.
Well, just email Greg.
I think that's the name of the show already.
Sponsored by Greggs.
No, I love you, Greggs.
I quite like sponsored by Greggs.
sponsored by Greggs, okay.
So, did you have an answer for your overrated? Right, too
I
late.
was thinking the sandwiches, yeah.
Oh, okay, so overrated is a sausage roll. It is overrated.
It's not something, it would be the last thing you would get.
It is overrated. But the best thing is a bacon sandwich in the morning with a coffee.
Oh, yeah.
I like it
That's a
with the
good
sausage
one.
in though. I can't have just
Yeah, I
the
like
bacon
the
butter.
sausage.
Yeah, I like the sausage one.
Or the full lot with the
The
omelette.
pigs in blanket was the one that
Oh,
was good when that
that's
was
great.
Christmas. All the festive stuff is
Oh,
good.
the festive bake.
Festive bacon.
Oh,
We can't count that though because it's
just
only
give me
our
that
birthday.
under the Christmas tree.
Mine
Yeah.
mine
More than
would
one.
be.
Give me a festive bake. Ooh.
Oh gosh, probably chicken bake maybe.
Chicken bake is the most overrated one.
Chicken bake.
Steak bake's probably over. I
No,
think
I
steak
don't like
bake's
steak, so
overrated.
steak bake's
Steak
not
bake's
even in
pretty
the
good.
question.
But it's for me the chicken bake. It just has no seasoning at all. So it's just like milky chicken in pastry.
Do you know
without
what? Yeah, you're
anything.
right. Can I just say one thing? You're totally right because I went for a party with my mum a couple of weeks ago. She got a chicken bake. I got a corned
You
beef
know how
bake.
to treat your mother.
Yeah. And when it's
was Mother's Day.
hot, it's like Campbell's soup in pastry. So, but when it's cold, it
It's
comes
congealed.
together and it's not as bad. But that's where, my friends, if you want a chicken bake, you go to Coupland's because it is miles better. That's the one thing they do miles better.
Oh, pastry wars!
Trust me.
I'm writing that
So
down in my
gorgeous.
little picture.
Pastry wars.
Actually,
Oh.
Coupland's caramel shortbread is far better than the ones you get from Greggs. Because you only buy the Greggs ones in fours, which isn't a problem.
I don't think I've ever been to a Coupland's, and now I'm like writing it down
Get
on my
yourself
bucket
to.
list.
Do you know what Thomas the Baker is quite nice?
I told you other pastry outlets were out there.
Well, one thing by me, if you ever want caramel shortbread, my mum makes the best caramel shortbread. I'll get her to make you a batch.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
I was
gorgeous.
going to make
Very
a
nice
like a
shortbread,
mum
so-
joke there. But
No, they're gorgeous. She makes me them every other week.
oh well, can you bring some into
Yep,
the show
definitely,
next week?
definitely. Well, maybe not next week, so I don't know if she's made them, but maybe the week when.
Well, can you make sure she makes them?
She doesn't work at Coupland's, does she?
no.
Just steals them.
I've made these yet.
Sorry, my last point.
I made these at work.
My last point about Greggs is my other favourite thing is do you know an iced split? What are you laughing about?
I don't know, it's the way you
I
said
remember
it.
when they
I've never
came.
seen a nice split.
Yeah.
To explain it to you, it looks like it's a hot dog bun, but it's not. It looks like a hot
Oh,
dog
a
bun.
nice
with-
finger.
Yes.
No. Ice split, so it's like an ice finger, but it's got cream in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks.
I remember when they came out in '97 or something. No, I do.
Can you refer to your notes just to make sure? Yeah.
Yep, my Greg's research is there. No, and
97.
they were gorgeous because again I got them after my sausage rolls with beans on. But what scares me is since '97, this is like 23 years ago, how many ice splits have I eaten? I'm not sure, because it's going to be quite a lot. And they're like, whoa.
Jimmy
Scary,
Ice
isn't it?
Split.
Jimmy Ice Split, Smithereens, yeah.
I love how this guest interview's just turned into
Pastry chat.
pastry chat.
Pastry chat.
That's another one for possible name of the show.
We're all
Pastry
just going to
chat.
run out and find Greg's.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can he wait?
Get nice
It's not
split.
open though here.
Oh,
We need to go to Newcastle.
Newcastle will be open, yeah.
24 hours.
Is it open in Leeds? Is it open late there?
yes.
Is there a 24-hour Greg's now?
Only in Newcastle, and they have door staff. I'm not lying. It's
They have
opposite,
bouncers at Greg's.
it's opposite the train station. So obviously a lot of people will be
Wow.
out on the lash, and they will go there when they're drunk. Like they would go to a pizza shop or whatever. So
fair
they
enough,
have security on the evening, which is great.
You're not coming in, you're too drunk.
But when they did it, my friend of mine, comedian Danny Sutcliffe, Manchester-based guy, he
I know his brother Peter.
yeah, he makes that joke. He went in and he thought it was dead funny, and the staff didn't agree when they just opened for 24 hours for the first time. And they went, "Hey, it's 24-hour pasty, people!" And we all laughed, and the staff would just say, "No."
That's great.
Oh, I need to write a play about that.
24-hour pasty people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the pasty people.
People, where do they get their degrees from? Sorry.
So that was a good
Sorry.
question. Did you answer it yourself?
Yes.
No.
I didn't.
I don't think I did. Okay, so the best things are
Oh, things. Oh,
the
Sorry, that's a drum roll, not me being excited. Sorry.
Pasties.
the southern fried chicken baguette
Ooh.
when it's hot. Oh, it's so good because it's got
Okay.
you've got onions, you've got barbecue sauce, you've got southern fried chicken.
you've lost me.
Lost me with onion.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I
love
can't.
onion.
That rules me
I
out of
love
most
onions.
of the sandwiches because they've got like onion in.
I don't like onion. With you there.
Hot meatball one.
Oh, I haven't tried it. I don't
Don't
know.
you do hot meatballs?
Yeah.
They have a steak
Gorgeous.
one that's okay. But
Shall I
steak's
just
too thin for
get
my
up the
liking.
Greg's menu and just rate out of
Yeah.
10 for the rest of the hour?
Like, the Beas, Chean and Beas,
Bees
Chean
Chean.
Bees Chean and wine.
Bees.
and Chean. But the cheese, bean and sausage,
Bees Chean. Like that.
Sorry.
that is the best pasta, hands
Yeah.
down. Also, the cheese and onion one is so overrated. And
Oh,
it's just got
yeah.
a horrible...
Do they still do
Cheese
that?
and onion.
Because that's
like,
an old school throwback of a pasty,
Also,
isn't it?
have you seen the
Because that's still a pasty rather than a bake, isn't it?
the bacon wrap thing? So
Yeah.
it's like cheap.
It's like
bacon
it's very
wrap.
salty. That it's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very salty.
It is, yeah.
Have you had a vegan one? A sausage roll?
Not
Yeah, I
yes.
like the taste, but the texture's just not there for
Haven't
me.
tried it yet.
I don't
It was
like
alright. I didn't really have a.
I think it was
that
just a
much
little
to
bit
say.
more sagey than a regular one.
Yeah, and it's just too mushy for me.
Have you tried the vegan pasty?
Not yet.
I haven't tried the vegan
Have they
steak
released
bake.
it here yet?
Or
Because
the
Yeah.
bake bake,
there's
whatever
one of
you call
them.
it.
Oh, actually, I don't know. I said yeah.
There's one in
I don't know.
Portrack. There's one in Portrack
Yes.
Lane that doesn't have them yet, and they've had to put a sign up saying please don't ask because we don't have it yet.
Do you know there was a on the launch of the festive bake there was a queue outside the door at midnight. You know, like kind of like when people seen like a release for a film or a game or something.
Or the new Harry Potter book.
Yeah, they had a midnight release for the festive passy, and there was a queue going around the corner.
Yeah, it was a long night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Third in queue.
I couldn't understand it though. As soon as it came out, I was like, Christmas is here. Forget about Michael Bublé.
Yeah.
Forget about that stupid Coca-Cola advert.
Yeah.
I know it's Christmas when that festive
Screw
bake is
polar
out.
bears.
And the
a
pigs
lot of
in
people like
blankets
it,
that you
don't
could get in like a little tub.
Little tub, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know
Oh,
why they
that.
bother with the tub. They should just shovel it straight in my mouth.
Yeah.
Like a little
scoop.
pick and mix scoop
Yeah.
right in straight off the.
How many do you want?
I'm weighing it and I'm like, 10 more pigs!
Oh, imagine that! Imagine like those. What do they call them? The food warehouses where you go buy your
Oh, yeah.
ingredients. Just with pigs in blank meat
used
and
to
meat
love that.
warehouse,
Yeah.
pre-cooked meat warehouse.
Yeah.
Right, we're on to a winner here.
Oh, write that
Pre-cooked
down.
meat
Pre-cooked.
Is anyone
warehouse.
else hungry?
Not remote. Well, I wasn't.
No, we've,
but yeah.
we've talked as. That's the longest I've ever talked about Greg's in my life.
Oh, it's an everyday occurrence
That's
for me.
that's an in-depth discussion of Greg's.
Well, easy question. What do the 4 squares on the Greg symbol stand for?
Oh!
Do you
good
know?
question.
Oh,
Yeah.
is this? Oh, right. Oh, what? Right,
I'm
okay.
gonna have to
What?
Google
Did I
it.
get you excited there?
Talk
did.
amongst yourselves.
Is it
I
just?
was
I think it's just a sign.
It might just be a sign, but it might mean something. That's what I've always thought.
Sausage rolls, pasties.
I think it's meant to be like a
Sandwiches
window, like a
and
window.
breakfast.
Ah, do you know what? I think you're right. I think it's a window. You're right. I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, must be.
Still Google it anyway.
Or a
'cause
bit
I
of a
can't-
waffle.
Yeah. I won't be able to sleep at night unless I know this now.
What's a 4 squares mean?
Great credit to Greggs for
Yeah.
giving all their staff a Christmas bonus.
Oh,
Or just
yeah.
a bonus.
Oh, yeah, it's like 300 quid or something.
Up to 300 quid. Good on
I feel
them.
like we are sponsored by Greggs in this show.
If it works, isn't it, really?
Next week, Burger King.
Have you ever been onto the Greg social media?
No! I've never done that.
Someone amazing working on their Twitter and Instagram.
Ali, are you an ambassador for Greggs by any chance? Do you have shares in them?
I wish.
Have you just launched them in Hong Kong?
That's my dream.
That'd be class.
No, honestly, every year when I used to come back for like Christmas or whatever from Hong Kong, first thing I did is like, when my dad was picking me up from the airport, I'm like, if you don't have me a Greggs, I'm not coming home.
Oh, that's
If
a
you,
good
if,
one.
anyway, then straight there to Iceland, so I'd get a prawn ring and I'd still eat it like basically half frozen.
Oh, my word.
I'm a savage, but I just love a prawn ring. I
No,
can tell.
That's
I'm a
another
really,
name of the show.
A really
love
classy
the prawn
lady.
I love...
So,
I love a prawn
I
ring.
don't know how to go back to a question about your comedy from all that Greg's talk.
Just...
I forgot who I am, who you are.
What segue?
I'm pretty sure your name's Greg.
Well, here's the thing. Would you ever, have you ever had Greg's on like a rider at a gig? Well, how about
What's a rider?
that? What is it?
You're way too posh for me.
What's a rider?
Get on the back. It's in your dressing room and
It's
stuff.
what
I've never been that fancy.
what good comedy clubs will put
Oh,
out,
right.
like a case of beer and some
Oh, right.
crisps and
Oh, like,
in the
so,
in the green room for the
so
guests.
a bit of food.
No, yeah. So,
Right.
but obviously, the higher up you get, the more demanding you get, and that's
Oh,
really
I
Yeah.
bloody would though.
So if you ever made it huge,
Let
your
us
top
know.
demands.
The most I've had is
time.
like a little plate of samosas and like a crate of Budweisers.
That's good.
And nobody else was drinking, so I was like, well, it's free.
Yeah,
Putting
samosas.
in plastic bags. I'll take it home with me.
Yeah.
No one else is having it.
Pocket the mint sauce as well.
Yeah.
I was like, it doesn't really go well together, but it's free.
He's a good question. Influences. What
I love
kind
that you
of comedy?
think it's a good question before you've asked
Yeah,
it.
I just know it's a good question. I've used it before. So don't worry.
he practiced.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
What comedians out there influenced you to get comedy?
Well, when I was growing up, it was a lot of Sarah Millican.
Yep.
Fellow woman from the northeast. I say that as if I am. I'm not. But I love Sarah Millican. I love that she was just talking about like cock and cake the entire time, which is basically like the post notes of my personality, really. I don't know if you can tell.
Is it cock and Greg's for you? Though?
Oh yeah. Greg's and balls.
Greg's and balls.
such a draw, yeah.
Greg's and balls. Sausage roll. Yeah.
So what about her? Just the way kind of like her
Yeah,
topics
and the fact that
stuff.
she was just like, yeah, I just find her really like charismatic, funny. She's like approachable. She's not too out there. She's not one of those comedians, especially like as a woman. It's harder because you either have to be like, I don't know. I find like you've got to be a different person kind of when you're a woman and a comedian. And so she doesn't cross that line. Like sometimes I think Liza Scherzinger, she's too OTT for me. And Ali Wong, I love Ali Wong, but it's too OTT. And I think she keeps the barrier nice.
She keeps it natural.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's seemingly natural. It might.
Yeah.
I mean, like most comedians, she's probably.
Oh, yeah, she'd
like not like that at all. But yeah.
Well, even if it is a character, like you say, it's a naturalistic character, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, kind of like the every woman who
But-
you'd meet
Yeah.
down the pub and
Bringing
just
it
have a
back
pint with.
to pastries and
Apart from she
cakes.
doesn't drink.
Back to pastries and drinks. She did a show. I can't remember what the name of it was, but basically ended up being everyone who went to the shows brought her cake.
Oh, nice.
And she was like, "This is amazing, but I'm not going to eat cake of strangers."
Yeah.
You know,
Could
why?
be.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it could be a good night, but it also could not.
I don't know if that sounds great. Best case scenario, I die.
Yeah.
And I die happy because I've eaten cake.
Yeah.
Death from cake. So, whilst we've been chatting, Greg's,
Oh, here we go.
the logo,
I've messaged.
doesn't mean
Oh.
a thing.
Oh.
It is just a logo that has happened over the years.
Blue
It
and
doesn't
orange.
mean a thing. Yeah.
Aw.
So there we go.
It
I'm
always,
really disappointed.
Yeah, me too. But I think it's
could have
it's
made
good 'cause it
something
lets
up.
I could have, couldn't I?
lets you think about what it might mean, which is always nice, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got another question for you guys.
This
Okay,
is
yeah.
weird.
Sorry,
No,
but
no, that's good.
I like to ask this question to everyone I meet because you always find out some amazing things. What are your like best 3 random but amazing facts?
Oh my word.
In
That's a big
general.
one. That is
Yeah.
a big one.
While you think of them, I'll give you mine. Hans Zimmer is the keyboard player in the song Video Killed the Radio Star. Hans Zimmer!
I did not know that. I did not know that.
Giraffes are the gayest animal, with over 90% of the sex being between male and men. And then 1% being female, and then the rest
Neck
male,
on
female.
neck?
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Oh gosh.
I think have you given us 3 facts there? 3.
No, that was 2.
Yeah.
Dolphins can masturbate.
Well, good for them. Like,
They make bubbles in like shallow waters where there's coral, and where the vibrations are in the bubbles, that's how they get themselves off. And they also have fin sex and blowhole sex.
oh, this is amazing. So
You can actually watch. There's a series on YouTube called Green Porno, where if you watch it, it's Isabella Rossellini, and she's dressed as animals in like big foam costumes, and she talks about how different animals have sex. So like snails, whales, dolphins, bees, spiders, ducks.
Just throw them all in a room and see what
Oh
happens.
my god! And it's amazing. She's like, if I was a dolphin, I would be having sex all the time. And you're like, oh, okay.
well, I'm going to check that out.
Oh, the snail one's my favourite, because she's like, I am a snail and I have a big long foot, and she like stamps it down. She goes, and my anus is on top of my head, and then some poo comes out, like some fake poo.
I might not watch it.
And then she just goes, unfortunately. It's amazing. I just think
That's a shame.
such an established, kind of well thought of actress, Isabella Rossellini, is having fake poo on her face, pretending to be a snail having sex.
That's good.
Yeah,
we
why
can all hope to be there someday.
True.
Dressed as animals with poo.
You ever had poo on your face?
Not my own.
Hey!
Do you hear that audience screaming for us?
Oh yeah.
So you just told us a lovely little story off the air, which I think needs to be shared on the air.
And I will also, before I share this story, this is the first story I ever told my boyfriend on our first dates.
And he's still with you?
Oh yeah, he's forced into it.
It hooked me in. Oh yeah. That
What can I say?
Might be his thing. What's his first name?
Adam.
Adam, alright. Okay.
Yeah.
It would have been perfect if it was John, because I would have called him Scatman John, which...
Yeah, he's not a coprophiliac, by the way. So... This is a story all about how...
Come on, Will.
I got my own poo on my face.
Hey.
So before the show, they started talking about somehow we got poo in your face, and I told them the story of...
It was more than just on your face, wasn't it?
It was everywhere.
It was
Basically, it was my first time ever using a squat toilet. Now, if you don't know what a squat toilet is, it's basically like a hole in the ground. Sometimes they're made out of ceramic and they're quite nice, but this was on the Cambodian border. So it was a wooden shed in some mud with like a little wooden hole.
Oh, that's nice.
That's it. And I had like quite nice nails at the time, and didn't want to touch the sides of the wall because they were dirty, and I didn't want to get dirty. And I was like, that's gross, I don't want to touch that, so I'll just try squat. I'm not the most well-balanced person, shall we say. And so went for quite a delicate pull down my pants and try and squat. I slowly felt backwards, and then with a very suddenly hit, and vacuumed myself into the toilet. I'd also only been in Thailand for like 3 days, and my stomach wasn't really getting used to the food. So that was also happening. I think Greg Davis once said he had a fecal Jackson Pollock. I think that accurately describes what was going on.
Yeah.
A downward fountain of poop.
Yes. If even at that consistency, it can be classed as poop. So that was filling up, and I was trying to get out, and I had to use like the sides of this wooden plank that I was on, which was also in mud, which was also really wet because it's a toilet, and trying to shift myself up, and I just couldn't. And because I could smell it, and I could feel my poop and other people's poop touch my legs and my bottom. Vomited on myself, and because I was trying to. I couldn't really project it anywhere else apart from like just in front of me,
Well,
which is where I was trying to get out of, and so it just made everything harder. I had vomit all over my chest, my legs. It had like a little pool where I was like sat in where the crease started, and basically I had to army roll my way out, kind of like lift myself and army roll my way out of the toilet, which then covered me in more poo and more vomit, and I just kind of meekly exited the toilet and looked at everybody and went, something happened.
I suspect at that point they
Don't go in there for 10 minutes.
they figured that problem out on their own, and they're like,
Yeah.
So, were you making any sounds during this?
I was
Were you screaming? Were you
no,
retching? Were you
and I wasn't
swearing?
exactly
What were
going
you
to ask for help.
oh.
So I was retching a lot. I was like going ah a lot, and but it was a lot of.
I wonder how many Westerners have been lost that way.
I know, yeah.
Yeah. How many people have died through vacuum of toilets?
It just really tickled me that the driver wanted me to get back in the van with my dirty, pooey, vomity clothes on instead of taking them off. And I was like, look, I'll just be 2 seconds. I'll wet myself down and put on some clean clothes. It's like, I don't mind if I have to go like behind the shed or something like that. I'm not going to get back in the shed. And he was like, no time, need to get
mess in there.
So I was like, oh my God. Luckily, as an experienced traveller, I carry bags with me everywhere. So I just got a carry bag out, put all my dirty clothes on, wiped myself down, naked, in this van with like 6 other people. At this point, my dignity is already gone. So
It's at that point.
Yeah, you flush that
Jeremy.
down the loo.
Yeah.
And yeah, just didn't do very well for the environment. Threw the bag out the window, and that is the worst time of my life.
Round of applause for that.
That's quite an unfortunate event. So are you more careful around toilets now?
If I have to hold on to the sides, no matter how dirty
Yeah.
they are, I always think I can wash my
do it.
hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be careful of some nightclubs, that's all I'd say. Ooh.
Yeah. After living in Asia for like 7 years, I'm pretty good at just the squat and hovering.
Yeah, it's something that we definitely are not used to, and this apparently is actually better for your bowels and your bowel movement.
Yeah.
In general, that you do squat.
Yeah.
There you go. That's my interesting fact.
But they're just annoying because
And next week on Poo Time with Bambi.
They don't flush though. That's the thing.
No, it's does it get? Is
Just
it like
piles up.
If you get into a posh one, no, you've got to like put water in it and it.
That just sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't think I could cope.
Just too much effort.
It's a lot of
I don't want
legwork.
to wash my own poo away.
It's just a different way of doing it, but
Yeah.
the way we've got used to our way, and it would shock a lot of us if that happened.
Oh, yeah.
Japanese toilets are the best toilets though.
They wash you.
Yeah, but also they play music to you.
Yes.
If you can't go, you can just, even if you're in like a rubbish like public place, like where you wouldn't expect a fancy toilet, you can still press a button and they play like fountain music. So I don't know if it's to help you pee because you're hearing like water noises, or if it's to disguise the sound of you peeing so other people
Is it
don't
like-
know you're peeing.
Yeah.
Is it? Can you change the music, or is it just pleasant?
It's
And
like-
it's like, I don't want to get on one and press the music, and it's like smack my bitch up. Do you know what I mean? That might throw me off my poo game.
Is there a rock fall sound?
Yeah.
Covering up the pooping in
Not just like a giant plop noise.
Is the one?
It's just the sound of a toilet.
But
What's
it's,
the baby bar now being
but it's
narrated
not
in the background?
yours. It's someone else's.
Yeah.
So it's not as embarrassing.
And then you press another button and this boxing glove slowly extends and just prods your abdomen to release it.
Oh, there's one that comes
massage
from
would be good.
underneath. Just
Yeah.
helps you work it out.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Not again! Oh, it's the daily.
Right. I'm going to play us another track.
I think this was my fault.
Whilst we fix
Yep.
this. Okie dokie. Star Wars swimsuits.
Yeah, I wear them all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I can't fit in them the same as I used to, but yeah, they're very comfortable.
Yeah. I'd really like to see you in the costume that Princess Leia wears in
Jabba the Hutt.
Jabba the Hutt's palace. Yeah, that's what I want. For my birthday, please, Bambi.
True or false? We'll sort that out for you. Okay, so I'm going to ask you some true or false questions. You just give me your answer, and then I'll decide if it's true or false.
Cool. I'm just, if I go quiet and
You'll
I'm
decide
booking a
if it's
taxi.
true or false.
Yeah, because it's all lies. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I mean, ooh.
Oh no!
These are all true.
Bag out of cat.
Bag out of cat.
Bag out
on purpose.
I'm absolutely bag out of cat.
I'm writing that down as well.
Abraham Lincoln was a great rap battler.
Ooh.
True.
True, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say true there.
You can tell, can't you?
It's him. It's just him.
Also, there's video proof of it on Epic Rap Battles of History.
Yes.
I did not know that when I wrote that, but that's great. So check that out.
Look at that score.
You've all got a score. Okay, your eyelashes, and indeed mine, have a tiny creature in them.
I'd love it if that was true.
I'm going to go false because I hope it's false.
Okay,
just because I'm scared.
I want it to be true because in my mind I envisioned, like, do you know the Grinch and all the Who's in Whoville? They live in a snowflake. I want it to be like a little village in my eyelashes.
Oh, I just think I've got, like, I don't know, a disease or something.
You don't like it. You want it to be true.
I'm going to say false, although you can get crabs in your eyelashes.
Okay.
Really?
It is.
If you get them in your eye, you're screwed.
It is true. Our eyelashes have tiny little mites in them, and so
crab eyes.
So do our nostril hair. So there you go. That's an actual truth.
What did I say?
Actual truth.
Did I get it right?
No.
You said crab eyes.
You said
I
false.
said true, didn't I?
No, you said false, and then you went.
You said true.
Oh, but then did I?
Yeah.
Oh well,
I'm just going to give. I'm the one doing the scar. I'm going to give myself a point anyway. So just one to me then, eh?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, Weatherspoons pubs are going to ban mobile phone use, just like the Sammy Smith's pubs do. True or false?
False, because they've got an app.
Ah. Good point. False. Yeah, that's a great one. Well done.
True or false?
True.
Right,
it's false, I'm afraid. Yeah. Okay. Damn it, I forgot about that.
Yeah, you forget I'm garbage. So any low rent place, I'm on it. Greg's, Weatherspoons.
The spoon.
The spoon. Me at spoons. Which one?
Just
the one next to Greg's.
It's great when you got a choice. Last time I was in London, we were doing a convention, and after we did that, we went to Weatherspoons for tea, and in about a mile's walk, there was 3 Weatherspoons on the same road. I mean, that's just amazing. We have what 2 in Borough, effectively.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh,
there was
just up
3.
to Leeds, there's loads.
Oh yeah, well, it's a much bigger footprint.
We have the most Greg's though.
Yes, in Stockton, which is a tiny town. At one point there was 4.
There's a good 8, I'd say, in Middlesbrough.
What do you think?
How many's in Leeds?
We're back on Greg's.
There's in Leeds, just city centre, I'd say there's at least 10.
Yeah.
Wow, we're all moving to Leeds. Okay,
Yeah.
True or false? Monopoly to update its game. Now there is a chance card with a bank repossession on it. So if you get the chance card, it'll take all your property off you in Monopoly.
I'm going to go true.
True. I think I read something about this.
Yeah.
True, yeah. It's a reflection on today's society.
Excellent.
And as a little aside, it's absolutely false. So you're all wrong. It hasn't happened.
All right, do I have to scribble these out?
What was false? What was wrong?
It doesn't exist. But it's totally believable, isn't it?
You've lied to me.
I've lied to you. Okay, true or false?
This is why we can't trust men.
True or false? Vladimir Putin is a terrible president.
A terrible president or present?
No,
Present.
and he said present.
Like a gift.
Yeah, I did.
Well, he is a terrible president, so that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wouldn't like him.
Vladimir Putin
Yeah.
is a terrible president.
Yeah, true.
True or false?
True, yeah.
I'm on the fence.
How do you score that?
Half a point.
Okay, half a point.
Oh, well, I could just say I'm on the fence for everything. Get half a point every time.
It's the only way you're
How
going to win.
competitive I
I'm
am.
more likely to get a half a point.
Well, was it true or false?
It's false.
Oh, well, what did you say?
I said true.
Oh, well, I got the point. You got half a point. You got
Well,
0.
I'm going to go on the fence every time.
No, we can only use 2 on the fences per game.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've used 1. Have you used your own?
No, but I will next.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll have that one back. You get half a point. And you get none. Okay.
I don't understand this anymore. Okay, true or false? New Year's resolutions are pointless.
Yeah. I'm on the fence.
You're on the
Because
fence.
it's still January.
You're on the fence.
True. My birthday's in January, so I'm always like, nope.
Yeah.
This is not going to be the month I stop drinking.
Okay, false.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I mean they are pointless because you're all going to die. Like, just get over it.
Wow.
Okay, true or false? Origami with carpets is called pile pounding.
I'm on the fence.
That's your last on the fence.
Okay. Because
So-
I hope that's the last question.
Origami with carpets is called pile pounding.
Well, I meant 2 on the fences between us all, to be honest. You're just using all of them. We've had 3.
What, you 2 on the fences just in general between all 3 of us?
Yeah, because they have to be used wisely.
Okay.
Bambi, back me up.
Okay, yeah, no, he's right. This is in the rules.
No, you should have at least 1 each.
No, it's in the rules. There's 2, so you've got to get
Because then how do you share them up?
Well, you used 1, and unfortunately I've missed out. Because I haven't said it.
Life is
Well,
fair.
I'm sorry, but you should have been more on the fence.
So that's no points for him for
Yep.
arguing.
Yep, arguing back minus a quarter.
Yeah, minus a quarter of his total points.
I don't agree with this.
Sorry.
I'm on the
Bambi,
fence
what
with
was
this game.
it? Oh, mine was true.
Yeah, so origami.
I'll
yeah.
go with false.
It is called pile pounding.
Oh, yeah.
Not many people do it, and it's not well known. So
Too good,
yeah.
too good.
I forgot the question. I was just
Origami with carpets is
One,
called
two,
pile
three.
pounding.
Okay.
Okay.
2, 3.
True or false? Your neighbour who never says hello to you has a life-size model made from your own waste. So you've all got that neighbour that doesn't want to say hello to you. He's been collecting
That's me.
your poop, and has made a life-size model.
I hope not.
True or false?
It's a really old woman. Yeah, true.
Yeah. It's true for you.
Yeah.
It's no, it is true for you.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. I know.
Oh, this is individual true and false.
Yeah. That's Ethel, isn't it? Ethel the poo collector.
Ethel the poo collector.
So yeah, what about yours?
Well, I am that neighbour, so I can confirm it's true.
Yeah, it is true. This is why I brought it up.
Yeah, and true as well then.
Yeah, the problem is you
I
don't have
forgot
any.
to answer.
You don't have any neighbours. You killed them all.
Well, I did, because all they do is play loud music.
Oh, is that still a
and
problem?
collect your
Yeah,
waste.
just now and again, but it was last night till 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
I'm a bit tired.
Is that why your hip hurts?
That's why my hip hurts.
Brilliant.
That's
Okay.
funny.
So
We'll all have something there then.
yeah, fair enough. True or false? It isn't as bad as you think.
I'm going to say, yeah, true.
Yeah, it's true that it isn't as bad as you think.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
on then.
Okay. Yeah.
False, it's worse.
Yeah, she's right.
Oh, yes, of course.
Think who's asking these questions?
Yeah, I should have thought.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Have you all got your points out of there?
No, sorry. So, what did you say?
You two got it wrong.
Okay, yeah.
She got it right.
I keep forgetting what you said.
Just put it down, I got it wrong.
Okay. True or false?
It's gonna be don't get many points.
Excuse me.
Oh, soz.
Right, another quarter gone.
Did I have a quarter to begin
Right,
with?
hang on, minus 2 quarters. I'm just going to say that.
So,
I'm in the
Scottish
minus
then.
now. Minus
no,
points.
you don't know that. You
might
minus,
build it back up.
You minus 2 quarters from your total.
Yeah.
Oh, sound.
Yeah. Okay. Or no, is it 2 quarters as a
2 quarters,
percentage? Or 2
so
quarters of a
he's
point?
still got a rogue quarter.
No.
going on.
So he's got 2 quarters and a row quarter.
Nope, he's got he's got 1, 2. So you're on 2 1/4 at the
Right,
moment.
just can we count it up at the end?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's
At time.
it's a quarter point,
Of the point,
not
yeah.
a quarter of the points.
Just
ask the question!
Okay, true or false? Bjork has only ever eaten 1 banana.
True. Because they are the worst food in the world.
No way.
Yeah. No, I can't even look at them. They make my skin crawl. Like,
I feel there's a story.
if you put one in front of me, all the hairs on my arm go like that.
Are you allergic to them, or do you
No,
just not
I
like
just-
them?
Did you fall into a sack of bananas?
Viscerally hate them. And what annoys me is people always go like, ooh, something about penises. And I'm like, no, I like all phallic-shaped foods, aside from bananas. Also, penises as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not just the foods, but no, there's nothing to do with. I just everything about them makes me like.
Would it be so weird if you just like, if someone just randomly took the clothes off in front of you and they had a banana there? You're like, what? And you'd be like, whoa! Don't like that.
That would be weird. I would like it that all bananas were actually telephones. That'd be good.
Or just just a bunch of fair trade penises. Oh, there we go. I'll get them. Put them in my bag. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So
True.
So you said true. Bjork has only ever eaten 1 banana. You say
I'm going to say
True.
true as well, because I think she's very tiny.
yep, it's true. Which is really strange because she comes from Iceland, and Iceland is the biggest grower of bananas in Europe.
You're joking.
They do it in the green. They do it in the greenhouses.
Joking.
They have lots of
Hey.
greenhouses because they have lots of excess energy from the big,
That's nuts.
nasty.
Aren't
Is this a
planet.
ruse, or are you being serious?
No, this is true. They are the biggest
Who
grower of
knows
bananas.
at this point? Who knows?
I don't know whether to trust him or not.
I wouldn't.
I'm
No,
on
no.
edge.
But yes, Bjork has only ever eaten 1 banana. I read it in her book. Bible.
In her Bible of her life.
The Bjork Bible.
Her self-Bible.
I would read the Bjork
Thou
Bible.
shalt be quiet.
So, another Bjork fact. She did a exhibition of like her artwork in London a couple of years ago, and you had to walk into the exhibition through a model of her lady parts. That's how you had to enter the exhibition.
I'd love that.
100% true.
So
Everybody
quiet.
walks. She is so nuts, isn't she?
It's
I
all
love it.
so big.
True or false?
Yes.
NASA tracks how much toilet paper you use.
True.
This is an individual question.
True.
True. Added fun fact, the Pentagon uses 666 rolls of toilet paper per month.
Oh, the devil's bottom.
That is
I'm going to go, yeah.
Yeah,
Whichever one's wrong.
points all around.
Oh, yeah.
Apart from Morgan for his
were doing well.
negative attitude.
Yeah, I'm going to go whichever one is the wrong
So
answer.
minus
A quarter.
a quarter. Oh, so...
Yeah,
Right, okay.
I'm
so you
committing.
got
I'm
quarters now.
committing to the fail.
Right, okay.
Okay, true or false? The film Labyrinth isn't real.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a thinker.
I'm going to go true
True, it's not real.
because it
okay.
sounds wrong.
Nah, it's false. It is real.
Okay.
I don't know the movie, so I'm going to be on the fence.
Oh,
You've never watched Labyrinth with David Bowie in it?
I thought we'd used up all the fences.
our guest gets an extra
sorry,
The
one.
guest gets an extra fence.
Yeah.
I'm on the picket fence.
Yeah.
I'm
it's another
confused by these rules
So
at this point.
it is true. It isn't real.
Yeah.
It's actually just a Mandela effect we all made up.
Ah.
Do you know what the Mandela effect is?
Mandela effect, yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love watching and reading up on those because some of them are just like, no, mate, you don't understand that. You've
Yeah.
misunderstood. You've misremembered. Is that the right word? And then some of them are like, yeah, it's true.
All false.
You can go into such a YouTube hole from
Yes,
just like...
I did. Me and one of the other presenters, Elvis, who isn't here, we went. He came to an exhibition. What do I do? Not exhibitions. That's what Bjork does. The
Sex pest.
Yeah, we went to the Sex Pest Museum, and we were in the hotel room. We started watching some. I was explaining the Mandela effect to him, and started watching some. And we went down this ridiculous rabbit hole of YouTube videos. Ended up watching a thing about a guy who believes that the moon is a projection.
Oh, yeah.
It was amazing. Like he was filming the moon, going, "Look, you can tell it's a projection because it looks weird." I'm like, mate, it's the moon.
Class. I love stuff like that, though. It's just
don't know,
interesting.
then it goes too far, and then the flat Earth thing.
So that was true or false? Who's won, please?
Okay, Ali's won. Yes! With 8.5. I came second with 6.
Yeah.
And Morgan got 4.
I don't even care that it was all fudged.
-4.
No, you would have got 5, but we took away 4 quarters.
Right.
Oh, we took away 4 quarters.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
1 quarter, 2 quarters, and 4. And 1, sorry.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah. I'm for happy.
True or false? Is it true or is it false?
Do you know who is a flat earther?
Whom?
Freddie Flintoff.
Is
Really?
Yeah, isn't
No
it so
way.
disappointing?
What an idiot.
Yeah, because he's just
He
this,
comes
like,
across as a lovely chap.
Just
He's
because
very tall.
Well, what the problem is he bowls on the cricket ground, which
Which
very,
is flat.
very flat. So he's basing his life on what he knows, and he knows a
And
flat,
what he
flat
sees.
bit of Earth.
Yeah.
Is that not it? He likes a flat bit of the Earth.
Yeah.
And maybe he was just on that pedal a bit too long. The sun got to him a bit too hard.
Yeah.
It's,
Flintoff.
yeah.
Freddie, if you're listening, mate, give us a call and we'll discuss it.
I think I've had a flat Earth rant on this show before, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Which one?
I don't know, a few episodes ago maybe, but it seems to be a topic that comes up quite often. I think that is, I'd be more inclined to believe the projection of the moon one than the flat Earth.
But this guy who claimed that the moon was a projection says that they've stole our moon. He's not saying that it's always been a projection.
Oh, so there was a moon?
Yeah, because that would be ridiculous. When we didn't have when we didn't
Of
have
course.
moon projection
Of
technology.
course, that'd be ridiculous.
Come on, think it through. When we didn't have the technology to project the moon, it was genuinely there.
Yeah.
And for some reason,
Somewhere in the Victorian ages.
when we developed this technology, yet someone nicked the moon and went, you know
Via
what?
some sort of Wallace and Gromit scale.
Yeah.
So this is a question I asked someone, and part in jest, and then part of me was going, actually, no, what does happen? So when in late in the afternoon, we can see the sun still, and the moon. So does that mean Australia has nothing to look at in the sky?
That's a
What?
If
We don't have any Australians listening.
So if we can see both the sun and the moon at the same time, is nothing visible in the sky for Australia?
No, I think it is, isn't
Will
it?
they see like a tiny little bit of it, do you think?
Does that not prove that the Earth is flat then?
No, it just proves that
The distance
sun
is
and
only...
yeah, they're big.
You can go around the Earth pretty quickly. No, like depending on what you are, you're not walking.
Can you?
know, yeah.
Whizzed round in 3 days.
Yeah.
A
couple of hours.
Yeah, I'm going to have to interject because Ali, your taxi's here.
Oh, no.
Okay, in 3 minutes. So,
Oh my word, is it?
before you yeah, no, that's absolutely flew by. I just want to say, thank you very much to our guest Ali Bongo for coming into the show. Thank
Have you got
you.
any gigs to quickly plug?
Yes, I've got one next Wednesday in Huddersfield. I can't tell you the venue.
I'll be
And
there.
then there's
Look out for that.
the first Friday in February somewhere in Wakefield. We're doing a roast battle, so if you want to see me be really mean to someone, we come along to that. Basically, the best way to find out about what shows I've got coming up is to go onto my Facebook, which is facebook.com/GoAliBongo, GoAliBongo. Or you can follow me on Twitter, which is AliBongo with 2 Ys, ALYYBONGO.
Or you can follow her out of the station as she leaves right now.
My preferred method.
Thank you very, very much. We'll play a track at the moment and we'll say our goodbyes off air because they're much better. Come on.
And that was la 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 la.
It was Ezra Funman.
Ezra Funman.
Love You So Bad.
Yeah, it's the theme song from the Netflix series Sex Education, which is like a comedy drama. It's quite funny and very good. And it's the second series is back on Friday, and I just rewatched the first series in anticipation for that. So
Is that the one with I forget her name, Gillian Anderson?
yes, she plays the kid's mum.
Who's a sex therapist?
She's a sex therapist.
I've seen the trailer about it.
It's good. It's good.
Is it good?
It's
Okay.
got some good themes in that.
Good films.
So yeah, Ali Bongo has just left, our guest from this week.
She has. She's getting in a taxi right now. In fact, quite weirdly, you ordered the taxi for her, so you can stalk her via the taxi app on the way to the train station.
Well, she's just going to the train station. If I wanted to find her, we'd just go to the train station.
Oh, right, yeah.
Let's give a shout out to her number one fan,
Oh, what was the number one fan?
Chong. Is that right?
I think so.
I hope that's right.
So, number one fan who contacts her.
So hi, Chong.
Hi, hopefully he's listening in to...
And we told her where she is now.
yes.
So, Ali, if you are listening, call the police.
Yeah, I would suggest that. So, have we got any suggestions for today's show name? Did you jot any down,
Yes.
Jimmy?
There was Pastry Chat,
Yeah, we definitely had some pastry chat.
sponsored by Greg's.
Yep.
Lots of ass. And Beas and Chean.
I do like Beas and Chean. I also have I Love a Prawn Ring.
Oh, love a prawn ring, yeah.
So, I'm not sure.
Should we take a vote?
Right.
Which ones do you prefer?
I really like Beas and Chean.
Beas and Chean.
Just do Beas and Chean.
Beas and
it's
Chean.
too
Beas and
funny.
Chean.
Beas
How
and
do you
Chean.
spell
It's
Chean?
bees, as you can imagine, and
Yeah.
Chean, bean, but with a ch at the beginning.
Yeah.
So it's
H-E-A-N.
Chean.
Yeah.
So, the name of the show was Beas and Chean.
That's
Beas and Chean, featuring Ali Bongo, who's just messaged me saying she's listening in the taxi and then sent a picture of proof.
I'm glad she's got proof, because otherwise I wouldn't believe
We wouldn't have
her.
believed you, Ali.
No. Why
yeah.
would you still be listening?
And tell the taxi driver we're on about you.
Tell the taxi driver that you love him,
Yeah.
and you might get
And to keep his eyes on the road.
Yeah, stop, Mr. Taxi Driver, stop looking back at her.
Yeah.
And keep your eyes on the road.
I think she'll be there by now. It's quite a short trip.
No, she's
No,
gonna.
she's still in.
Did you order it all the way home for her?
I've ordered it to Leeds.
It's gonna be
She's
quite
going to be
expensive.
surprised when it's £250.
At my wedding, my uncle was there, and he lives in Guernsey.
Oh, yeah.
Jersey, which is the
Jersey?
which is the
You made that one up. It's Jersey or Guernsey.
which is the tax haven.
Jersey.
He lives there because he helps people dodge money.
Ah.
So and he got after my wedding, he got so drunk that he ordered a taxi to go home.
Oh, never.
Like, he got in the taxi and gave his address at home, and the taxi driver was like, "What?" He was in a hotel, so it was all right. he didn't have the taxi driver didn't have to become an Aqua taxi.
Oh, imagine.
That would
It'd be a lot of money, though, wouldn't it?
My dad was very drunk once, and he once went to a takeaway shop, ordered some food, and said, "Oh, do you deliver?" And said, "Yeah." And he said, "Oh, there's the address. While you're delivering it, take me home, please." And he got a free lift home.
Oh, nice.
Just paid for the delivery of the food.
I have had that once, and I didn't even ask. So I ordered some food. I was drunk, went to the pizza shop, exactly the same scenario, and I was ordering a taxi to get home, and one of the delivery drivers recognised me. I went, "Oh, do you want to lift home?" Because you're one of the only people that ever
That
tips.
should be a wake-up call, that, Bambi.
I know. I should have had the wake-up call when they gave me a Christmas card. But yeah, so he gave me a lift home because I was one of the only.
It was
people,
just Dynamite.
Yeah, one of the only people that tipped, so I got a lift home. And I said, "This, mate, is the thing of legend. Like, everyone thinks about this moment, getting a lift home." I had to pay for the ride.
Ali's just messaged saying prawn ring for the win.
She wants prawn ring.
Oh, well, we'll have to give it to her then. Unless it's one of those things where it's a bit of a brackets thing. Beas and Chean in brackets prawn ring.
Beas and Chean brackets. I love prawn ring.
No,
so that's Beas and Chean. Open brackets. I love prawn ring. Close brackets.
There we go.
It's not the longest title we've had.
It's not bad.
It's probably not. No.
Yeah, it's like it's the end.
All right, this is the end of the show. Bye 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 bye.
Oh wait. What? That was the worst sign-off we've ever had.
What?
My name's Morgan Fantastic.
I'm Bambi Rashid.
Yeah, and I'm Jim.